Now, this lovely headliner, are you ready? Now, the next chap is one of my favorite people because he's from the same geography as me, but also I found out recently about him that his blood group is actually B rhesus positive. You know, rhesus positive. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I happen to be B rhesus negative. So you'd think we are very compatible. Opposites attract. I mean, I can save his life. I bet you we're going to be friends for life after this. Yeah, I'm also a blood donor. He is a blood donor. But you know, I recently discovered, yeah, there you go. I've got even this is, you give a pint of blood. I only give a pint of blood because I gave one last week. And funnily enough, dropped a size. You know, you do lose some weight that way. Yeah. I'm all about saving lives, of course, but yes. But yeah, very good. And his organs are up for auction as well when he dies. So he's really worth more to us dead than alive. So, you know, enjoy. Fabulous. New Yorker, Sasha Srbulj. Yeah! Make some noise, guys. Unmute yourself. And I will put him on the spotlight. There we go. Sasha, hey. The stage is yours.
Hey, is anybody there?
I've got a drawing of you, Sasha. It didn't quite work.
Well,
I will make you another one.
All right. Don't worry about it. I went out with a bang, let's say that. Is anybody here polyamorous? Does everybody know what that is? Yes. Do you guys use that term?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
For the
She's
people
waving to you right now.
I don't see it because you put me on gallery.
Well, there is.
Oh, all right, whatever. So, look, for those of you who don't know what it is, it's, you know, I have a girlfriend, but maybe my girlfriend has another girlfriend, and my girlfriend maybe has a boyfriend, and I have another girlfriend. Maybe I have a boyfriend too, but it's cool. We all meet for brunch, right? That's polyamory. It's people confuse it with swinging. Swinging is totally different. For swinging, you got to get married and move to the suburbs. It's a whole other thing. It's a very like conservative, liberal sort of red state, blue state, you know, labor type of division. I'm not polyamorous, but I have friends who are polyamorous, and knowing them, it's convinced me that I am a firm proponent of cheating. I think it's better. I just think cheating is just like what I mean. I'm not trying to advocate either. Like, you know, your life is your life, but like, don't tell me. You know what I mean? Like, don't, like this polyamory thing, like where you know, you just fuck somebody behind my back like a normal person. Don't like, and then tell me, and then I gotta be happy for you. Like, what kind of money fuck is that? Just don't tell me. Like, you know, people, the French have been doing this for millennia. You know, like just don't tell me. And because look, there's a scale to this. Like number one, right? If you look at the scale, it's kind of the declining scale. Number one, you want somebody to love you forever and ever, and only fuck you. Number two, you want somebody to love you forever and ever, and only fuck you that you know of. Number three is, you know, somebody to love you forever and ever, but let's say he doesn't keep his phone locked. You know, number four, you know, somebody loves you. It keeps going down. You know, like number 8 is somebody who loves you forever and ever, but your sister's a bit of a slut. You know, you know. Number 97 on that list is, hey, you want to watch me accounting? You know, like cheating is higher up. Do you understand? It's preferable. Cheating is honest. Wrap your head around that. It's the same difference between bullshit and lying. You know, like if you think about it, it's that. I mean, look, half of you are from the UK, some people are from the US. With who's ruling both countries at this point, you should know the difference between bullshit and lying. All right, we're experts at this point. The other thing about swingers, I don't know if anybody's a swinger here, and I'm sorry if you are, but if you know any of them, I mean, mostly 5s and 6s, right? And mostly the world doesn't care these people are fucking. You know, more power to them. You know, like, nobody cares. And I get it from their perspective. They're pooling their resources. It's sort of an economy of scale kind of thing. And, you know, but that's great for them. But I'm not interested in that party. The thing is, though, if you go from the other direction now, like let's say 2 10s, a couple of 10s. Like in the US, I use the example of Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen. You guys know those guys? Yeah, or let's say like Posh and David Beckham, like that type of, like Tom Brady, Gisele, but 2 universally accepted, socially accepted, beauty, you know, markers, whatever, 10s. Can they even cheat? Who are they going to cheat with? Like, who's that? What's the, like, all right, let's do a mental experiment. Let's imagine Gisele Bündchen fucks me. It's a fun one, right?
Yeah.
Can Tom Brady really get mad? Can he, like, is he really gonna be, can he get angry at that, really? I mean, at most, I think he could get mildly disappointed. Like, if she ate a Big Mac or something, like, I wouldn't put that in my body, like that level of disappointment. I don't count for those people. I'm not, you know, register. I don't matter to them. I'm not on the same plane of existence as those two. I'm not physically, not spiritually, not financially, which is the same thing in America. I don't count. Register. If Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen were fucking and I walked in the room, they wouldn't even stop. It'd be like a cat walking in. It wouldn't even, you understand? They wouldn't even, my gaze does not affect them. Their psychology is affected by my viewing of them. That's how little I matter, okay, in that universe. And this is how bad it is. I was thinking about this. If aliens came from another planet, right, and kidnapped me and Tom Brady, about 20 minutes into the flight back to their planet, one alien would walk up to the other one and go like, dude, you're not going to believe this. You know those 2 beings we kidnapped on Earth? Yeah? Get this. Same species. You gotta go back, man. I don't know. Something's wrong with the hairy one. How about, here's another one. Archaeologists in 500 years, right? Dig up my skeleton and Tom Brady's skeleton. I mean, this is what the class would look like. And here we have a healthy male from the 21st century, skeleton of a healthy 21st century male. And next we have, I'm going to say vitamin deficiency. I don't know. It's fucked up. Look, I hope you guys have had a good, pandemic period. Nobody lost nobody. Stayed healthy. I'm hoping everybody's good. I've been trying to like make connections because I know most of the people here are going to be British. So I was thinking about today, what should I talk about? I watched British Baking Show. That's what I did in the pandemic. You guys, it seems like everybody's super nice, but they fucking kick you out at the end of every week. They don't. I get the sad and the show is bullshit also because it's supposed to be like the best bakers in England or Britain or whatever. But you know they pick them demographically. Like there's always a young kid and there's always an old guy and a Welsh asshole and like there's always some sort of they always pick one guy who's like way out and like John O'Groat, like some fucking like there's just nothing there. Like I learned about British geography through British Baking Show. And that was fun. And then they always have like a mid-30s sort of single lady that Paul Hollywood like creeps out on sometimes. Like it's all very. And then also I was like thinking, well, Brexit's happening. Should I say something about Brexit? And I thought Brexit. Too many people have joked about it. Probably everybody's sick of it. It's almost like Trump here. Like everybody's just done. Like let's just have it over with. And I was trying to explain. I was like, should I talk to Brexit? To one of my American friends, like, should I mention something about Brexit? I was like, oh, that's that thing where Europe voted to kick Britain out. I said, oh, no, you would think that, but no, it's the other way around. So a lot of people in America don't know what it is either. But one of the things they thought when the pandemic started and lockdown started, they thought it was going to produce a baby boom. They thought a lot of people were going to get pregnant because the media does this every time. There's a hurricane or there's a blackout. Oh, people are going to be inside. They're going to be fucking. Like no amount of stress or dread could stop us from fucking. Well, there wasn't a baby boom, but this got me thinking. They explained in the article that the way they'll know if there's a baby boom is home pregnancy tests will increase the spike in sales of home pregnancy tests. So if we see it, home pregnancy test sales increase in a month or two, it means there's going to be a baby boom. And do you guys have home pregnancy tests in Britain? Are they called home pregnancy tests?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
We
That's
have
really
water
thought
and
about
electricity too.
Oh, so
Is it home pregnancy?
Yeah.
That's really I mean, look.
You
We've got
pee on it and
one
within
called
like seconds it tells you if you're pregnant or not.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same thing, but it's home pregnancy. I mean, the name, the marketing of it. I mean, the home pregnancy test is really the best way that can go. I mean, you envisage this sort of, oh, she's in the bathroom peeing, the husband or whatever, boyfriend is out there, like one really fingers crossed. That's really the best way it can go. So I've devised a new product line of petrol station bathroom pregnancy tests. More realistic, really. When he's not calling you, like you just got to pee on the thing in a bathroom at a gas station. Nobody's waiting on the other end of the door. That's really how these things tend to go down. Home, really, like she's going to be at home. Or even, I was thinking another brand, high school girls' room pregnancy tests. It comes out of the box already positive. It's just a list of abortion. I don't know. I was thinking also, I don't like Paul Hollywood. I think I find him extremely suspect. I think he strikes me as the kind of guy who walks into the pub and puts his car keys on the table. You know what I mean? I don't know if like I'm getting older. I'm 42, which is amazing. I know nothing. I've learned nothing. Like between the age of 22 and 42, I've accumulated knowledge, but no wisdom. Like I don't know how the world works, the meaning of life, how women think, none of that. I've learned none of that. I know more, realistically, what I know more about is spices.
Yes, good one.
I know how to use cumin now. Like that's the full knowledge in the past 20 years is how, cumin and paprika, okay. Other than that, it's a blank, nothing. And I'm worried I see middle-aged men now and I'm worried, will I become like that? Do you know what I mean? Like, so I look at Paul Hollywood, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, how many leather jackets does that asshole have? You know what I mean? I'm fearful of becoming him or Jeremy Clarkson. And I blame Brexit on Jeremy Clarkson. That dipshit, with his horseshit for the past 20 years kind of caused Brexit. Him and Carl Pilkington. Those were I think Brexit is basically Carl Pilkington's revenge. I think that's but basically I'm worried that I'll become something like that. And I don't know how much I have to work out or I don't know what I have to do to prevent that sort of middle-aged just falling on me. And I want to get money, but if it means turning into one of those assholes, I don't know if I do. Like maybe I should be more humble and just become one of the contestants on the British baking show. One of those guys, the middle-aged male contestant. Like, what do you do? Also, I think Paul Hollywood may be compensating a bit, for his, he's in a baking show and it's all very doily and fucking. He may be taking the whole puff pastry thing a bit too seriously, and he has to overcompensate by walking like very widely. But one of the things we're not aware of how old we are. That's one of the things I've noticed. Like a friend of mine who I went to high school with, about a couple of months, like a year ago, before we were at a bar. And
Sorry?
this woman walks by. This woman walks by and he goes, huh? And I go, yeah, she's cute. And he goes, so you like MILFs? I was like, you mean age-appropriate women? Yeah, sure. You mean women my age? Yeah, I have that weird fetish where like in high school, I don't know how, at what point can I stop calling them MILFs? Like, they're younger than me. Like, I could keep calling them MILFs. That's male privilege. I can just keep fucking calling. I could be 70. Yeah, she's a MILF. The other thing, also, when I was younger, like, if a woman looked at you with attraction, like when you're in your 20s and a woman looks at you, at me especially, with attraction, she'd have this, she'd have this disappointment and like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm falling for this guy. And, you immediately see the calculation in her head. How much is this going to cost me in tears and aggravation? And his apartment's probably a mess. Now when a woman looks at you with attraction, it's more like, oh, that's a comfortable chair I can sit in for a while. Like that, it's almost like a lifestyle choice. So he can pick a wine. Why the fuck not? And the other thing is, like, now also one of the joys of becoming a 40-year-old man is that every once in a while, this is the difference. Every once in a while, a woman in her 20s will look at me with attraction, but now I know something's wrong with her. Now there's no doubt in my mind that she has problems, So now when that happens, you need to talk to a mental health professional, and this is not healthy. And I don't know what but I don't think. The other thing that happens as you get older is you have to work out. Just to maintain, not even to like look good, just to fucking, so you don't, your doctor doesn't look at you like with terror. Like you have to, and the other, you guys, when you go to the gym in the UK, do personal trainers approach you like kind of sort of to help you out, but really to try to sell their fucking, services? That I used to think I knew how women felt getting hit on by guys, because I go to gay clubs sometimes because I'm straight, but I live in New York and I like electronic music, so it's gonna happen. But like and sometimes you'd get hit on by gay guys, but that's nothing like straight men hitting on women. What getting hit on by a gay guy, if you're straight guy, is like, it's like, no, okay, that's it. It's a completely different animal. But now I know that really how women feel, my impression, you tell me if I'm right, how I think women feel getting hit on by men is the same way I feel when a personal trainer approaches me at a gym. Because, they walk up to you like, hey, like they're trying to help you. They got that weird vibe, like it's not an ulterior motive. They look at your body weird. Hey, let me see how you're doing that. Okay. Yeah, maybe I can help you out. Like, and then they ask weird questions about your goals. Like, where do you see yourself? What do you want to, like, what are you working on? Like, and of course they try to sell themselves. Like, so one guy walked up, it happened so many times I had to have an answer. Like, what are you going for, man? What are you trying to, where's you working out? What kind of body type are you going for? What are you going for? I'm like, what my goals are? I had an answer. Like, what look are you going for? Like, what I remembered? I'm going for that. One of them asked me what kind of look I'm going for. I said, I'm going for that Javier Bardem look where I've let myself go, but women still want to fuck me. Can you help me out? Can we thread that needle? How do I do that? How do I achieve that look? Can we work on my accent and backstory? How's that sound? I'm just trying to avoid looking like either Paul Hollywood or Jeremy Clarkson. I don't know what that is. How many fucking, I don't know, beers I have to drink to look like that. But obviously, speaking of Javier Bardem, I just remembered Spain. And the last trip I took before COVID hit was in Barcelona. And I miss traveling. I'm sure everybody misses traveling. I know you guys are going to get your fresh blue passports now. It's going to be all fun and fucking... Yeah. By the way, I don't know how any of you... I respect all of your opinions as far as Brexit goes, but if you voted for Brexit, you're a fucking moron. All right? Yeah! I'm sorry. And by the way, it's the same thing with Trump. It's the only good thing about Brexit and Trump is that in 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, it doesn't matter, right? You'll be at a dinner party and some guy who voted for Brexit, Martin, let's say some guy named Martin, will say something completely innocuous. Like, no, Martin will be at a dinner party. Like, I think, eating fiber and having a healthy diet is really the only way to have good heart health. And you'll be like, hey, Martin, didn't you vote for Brexit? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They could say 2 + 2 is 4. Yeah, Martin, but you did vote for Brexit. But that was 20 years ago. Fuck you, Martin. Forever. Forever. Martin, you're going to die stupid. Do you know that, Martin? You're going to die stupid. And by the way, rub their fucking face in it forever. Forever. Anyway, so Spain, right? One of the things that when I went to Spain last time, one of the things I miss about traveling, or one of the things I don't miss about traveling, is bumping into dumb Americans in foreign countries. Because there's this, oh, you're American, I'm American, and I gotta like hang out with them for 5 seconds, and I don't wanna. Like, part of the reason I escaped, traveled is to escape America. Last time I was in Barcelona, I was getting ready for a show, and I was at a corner bar, like at the corner of a bar, and this couple from America, like, in their 30s, 40s, whatever, were sitting at the other end, and I can hear them speaking American English, and the waitress comes over she pours them a drink. Hi, how you guys doing? Where are you guys from? And the guy says, well, Ohio, but Virginia originally. So I'm like looking like nobody knows. Nobody knows. What the fuck? I don't know. I've been to both places. Nobody knows. What the fuck does that mean? You just wasted a sentence. What is she gonna say? Like, what? There's no, guys, the difference between Ohio and Virginia is like going from one Starbucks to another fucking Starbucks. There's no point where she's supposed to, put her wine bottle down and be like, oh my God, you moved from Virginia to Ohio. Was it hard for you to adapt culturally to the different? It's one suburb to another. And I'm looking at this guy like nobody knows. Nobody gives a shit. Look, one thing you guys got to realize, I think, across the world, America is special because they keep telling us in America, we're a country of immigrants. We're a country of immigrants, And that's true. We are. But only in one direction. Like, this is something that's extremely it's very specific about America. We're a country of immigrants, but only coming here. We do not have the immigrant experience of going other places. You know what I mean? Like, we have people who came from Spain here, but Americans don't leave. And I'm not talking about, I know in Europe I meet people like, I'm a consultant, I've been living in Europe, in Munich for the past 2 years, or, fuck that guy. That guy's not an immigrant, or like, I'm traveling through Europe to find myself. Fuck those people. Those aren't immigrants. Those are like expats. Nah, that's not an immigrant. I'm talking about immigrants, real immigrants, guys who like wrestling and work with fucking concrete. We don't export those. Those guys, there's no little Pittsburgh right outside of Paris filled with fat people with guns. You know what I mean? Like, there's no American community. There's no European fathers like, I won't have my daughter dating one of those Americans. Like, we don't have that. So we've never. It's an interesting. I always thought it was like an interesting thing. There's just no, like, a place in where do you go? Well, let's go down to Little America and get burgers. Like, there's no. We don't move with like with our bellies, so to say. So one of the things I think also is I wanted to talk about is because there's COVID and because of the internet, we've sort of been able to communicate and to help each other and to like live a bit better. Imagine if this happened 20 years ago, it'd be like it would be a disaster, right? We'd be on the phone it'd be horrible. But one of the things that social media made it difficult is like, am I the only one? You know how many like people I have on Facebook or Instagram that are like my friends' exes? I don't know what to do with it. Like, my friend will date a girl for like 6 months, and then we're friends, yeah, and then they break up, And they're no longer, they unfollow each other. But what am I going to be, an asshole? I'm going to unfollow her? I'm not going to unfollow. Like, I don't even give a shit. It takes months for me to find out they broke up. But now I'm like looking at their life. Like, this will happen because I'm a comedian. Right after a breakup of my two friends, one of my comedian friends broke up with his girlfriend. And then like a month later, I'll be like posting a joke and his ex-girlfriend likes it. Okay. Ooh. And then, another joke, and she's liking my posts aggressively, like way more than when, and it's not like she likes me. What she's doing is she wants to like my posts so that he sees that she's liking my posts and not his. and then he starts reacting by liking my posts even more because, well, I like his post too. You like his post. I like it. It's a funny joke, whatever. I like his post. And now I'm like in the middle of some fucking psychosexual brinksmanship, and I appreciate the likes, right? But I'm a child of divorce, and it brings up bad memories. I know a lot of those presents were just, I got a lot of presents for Christmas, but it was more about them hating each other than loving me. A child feels that. Anyway, the other thing is, I'll give you an example. Like, this happened maybe 12 years ago. I don't even know how long ago it was. This was in a club in New York. This is just as Instagram started, or just as Facebook. I can't remember. We were in a club, and we were dancing. And my friend's like, oh, that's my friend, whatever. Go dance with her. I'm like, all right, go dance with her. And she's kind of lit. I'm lit, whatever. And she starts grabbing my dick on the dance floor. And, like, I just met her. And she's grabbing my dick. She goes, let's go to the bathroom. Okay, let's go to the bathroom, right? And we're at the line of the bathroom. Oh, use my Facebook or Instagram. Okay, we're friends now. We walk into the bathroom. She opens up the bathroom door. She goes, come in. And she brings me in. And she goes, do you have any Coke? I said, no. Okay, she's like, well, do you want to watch me pee? I said, no, I'm good. And I walk out, and then that's it. I've never seen her again. But we're friends on Instagram, and she's a mom now.
Wow.
That's the full extent that I know her. And now, for the rest of she's like posting, well, my son's school doesn't have enough gluten-free options for their lunch. I'm like, I shouldn't know her. Do you understand? I should not be knowing this about. She should be a fucking apparition that happened once. I shouldn't know that she went on living and is now procreating, giving her values to other children, and those children are going to be voting. Like, fuck that. I shouldn't know. Depressing. I mean, I'm glad the kids live. That's the main. The other thing is, I'll sort of, kind of leave you with this. One of the things that social media does is it perpetuates a fantasy, and we talk a lot about, Brexit and Trump and all this shit and religion and, our beliefs are political. We talk a lot about our beliefs, but beliefs don't really run our lives. We say one thing, we really do the other. What runs our life is fantasy. And that's how they sell you products. That's why you listen to music and watch movies. It's fantasy. That's what drives you. And it's such a hard driver. It's such a strong driver that once you have it, you still have to keep fantasizing about it, or you have to change it. You have to keep going. It's sort of a psychological thing, but I'll give you an example of again, because of traveling. I went to Paris about 2 years ago. I was there for a work thing. And because the guys, it wasn't me paying for hotels, the company set us up in a hotel in Vendôme, in a part of Paris where I would never be able to.
Very expensive.
Very expensive, right? And this is how expensive the hotel is. Like, you walk in the lobby, the people that are actually staying there and paying for it, everybody's guilty. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how we're all responsible for global warming? These people are more responsible for global warming. This is it's not, it's money that comes from just not like, oh, my grandfather invented the toaster. No, this is like an ethnic cleansing money. This is like stolen uranium money, drug money. This is not, So I'm in this hotel, and I told my girlfriend, hey, why don't you come, to Paris with me? You could stay in this hotel for 5 days. I'll be working all day and night, and then, but you get to stay in this hotel. Because I would leave at 7 a.m. I'd come back at 11. She'd be asleep when I left. She'd be asleep when I come back. But, she gets to stay in this nice hotel in Paris. So long story short, 5 days later, we were checking out, and I finally get a chance to talk to her. And I told her, like, so, what do you think? Fucking fancy hotel. How was it? And she goes, it's crazy. It was really fucking nuts. She goes, like, first of all, I'd wake up, you'd be gone. And I'd wake up in this fancy hotel room, this huge hotel room with all these cool people. She said, I kind of felt like I was staying in the room of some cool, successful guy. How did I miss out on this? Like, I'm paying the bill, like I'm signing the fucking check. How am I not? But you know, the whole fantasy thing. You can't, even when you have it, you have to, you know, transmute it to some other dude, apparently who was taller. You know, I just assumed. Anyway, guys, you're going to experience New Year's and Brexit in about an hour. So thank you very much for having me. It's still a stupid decision.
Yeah!
And don't let him, by the way, don't let him tell you it's going to get better. It's not going to get better.
Yes. We need an hour to change into our pool.
No, Brexit, it'll eventually make sense. It'll never make sense. Fucking decision.
Thank you. Yeah, we will be now like Victorian children will climb up the chimneys to clean them and stuff. That's what we've got for 2021. Everybody, Sasha, Srbulj, yes!